Genesis Part 2 is finally here, guys, and we're going to be checking out every single creature in this video. We're going to be showcasing them, not showing how to tame them, because I haven't figured all that out just yet. I'm going to show off abilities and stuff that I've discovered so far, and kind of just go over all the creatures. So guys, go ahead, do me a favor, hit the like button if you find yourself enjoying this one, and comment down below which creature do you want to tame first when this DLC comes out. Now, we have the Noglin on my shoulder right now, and we're going to be showcasing him. Watch this. This is horrifying. It just, it likes earwax or something. I don't, that makes me very uncomfortable. So yeah, the Noglin is a mind control shoulder pet creature, and we can pretty much just run up to creatures, and wait, watch this. Let me get up to this Parasaur real quick. We can just chuck it off our shoulder. Boom. And if it hits whatever you throw it at, you get to mind control that creature. So right now, I just have a Parasaur, and it's just gnawing on his head right now. It's really just horrifying. So we can do everything that this Parasaur can do. Every single ability that the Parasaur has, we now possess. And yeah, it's just really just incredible. I imagine this is going to be really OP if you could just possess like a wild Giga as well. But we can now just bring this Parasaur in and like fight something or whatever like that. But I would imagine that if the Parasaur dies, then the Noglin's probably going to be vulnerable to dying as well. So you kind of have to take a little bit of a risk with it, but at the same time, the reward of just having a creature that you're not having to tame for 5 minutes is still pretty amazing. Now, if we hit F, we're going to hop off of the Parasaur, I guess, because we're not using the Noglin right now. But we can go up, and if we had a saddle, we could put that onto the Parasaur, or we could just go ahead and hit Repossess and, again, become the Parasaur for the rest of the timer. Check this out, though. If you want to take off your Noglin, well, just watch. It pretty much just hides the evidence. That's horrifying. I don't know if there's a way of getting it to not eat the body, but I guess that kind of ruins my ideas of potentially just like running up to something, bringing it into like a pen with the Noglin, and then, you know, taming it there. Unless when you have it possessed, you can knock it out. I don't think that would be a thing. Anyway, let's chuck that onto the Diplo. I am now a Diplo. Look at this. This is insane. So yeah, that is the Noglin. There's another way of possessing things. Let me show you real quick. Let's just hop off of this dude and hide the evidence once more. So if you run up to it, you can actually hold down E and then just engage Brain Hunt. And right now I have become the Noglin. I can't target myself though for some reason. And you can't target every single creature. As you can see, like bugs aren't something that the Noglin can possess. But let's go ahead and just grab a Maewing real quick. So I think it's left click, is it? Oh, wait, no. I think it's right click. There we go. So right click got me onto the Maewing, and now we have this dude for 5 minutes again. Honestly, this could be used in so many different ways. You can also possess players. I don't exactly know how long we're going to have a player for, but that's just ridiculous. Like, this is a game-changing creature right now. I mean, the possibilities are just crazy. So you can also possess enemy tames as well. So it's just really, really powerful and very, very useful. And unfortunately, I'm being attacked right now. Next up, we have the Maewing. This is a very interesting creature. It's got so many abilities, but the main one is you can pick up babies and store them in these pouches attached to the saddle. And you may have noticed that the Diplo in the back is much tinier than what it was on the ground. So I imagine that means that you can keep these babies in the pouches for longer times. Now, when they are actually in the pouches, you can go ahead and just keep food inside the Maewing, and it will act as a trough for all of them. And if you want to take them out, I haven't figured out if there's a button to do this yet, but you can go ahead and just into the wheel and then take out whichever ones you want. And then you can also pick them up from there as well. So let's just hit C and pick them all up all at once there. God, that's amazing. Now with this dude, you can actually go ahead and steal enemy babies, which sounds so wrong, but it can be done, which makes it a very, very powerful creature. So let's go over attacks and everything. The Maewing has just so much to it, so I'm going to try to get to absolutely everything. But left click is a nice little bite attack. Right click is a belly flop. Let me show you it on the galley. Now, I'm actually invisible, so it's not going to run away or anything. So, boom. Right there, I hit pretty much just the galley. Let me try and see if we can hit the gas bags from further away, like maybe like here. Yeah, so it doesn't have a major range on it, but if you kind of pretty much land directly onto the creature, you're going to do some damage to it. So, there's more. You can hold down space, and it's going to charge a jump, and boom, now we are jumping. If we go ahead and just hit forward, we can pretty much just glide around like this with all the babies, just taking them on a little ride. Just got to show them the world. Oh my God, it looks so cool. Right click is going to be a parachute, which is just going to slow your... Oh my... Oh, that wasn't planned at all. Wow, okay. Clearly, I should have kept some food inside the Maewing. Wow. So yeah, right click is a parachute, which is going to slow you down, and it's also a really good swimmer as well. Check this out. And you can actually jump out of the water too, and pretty much like glide around on top of the water. Although there we go. It's kind of hard to like figure that out. It also slides like that on land. Let me try and show that off. It's really hard to kind of get used to some of these new creatures just because there's so much stuff all the time, but let me try and get over here where it's nice and flat. All right, let me show you the skid. So if we just jump and then slide into the ground, we can actually also charge another jump from the skid. It pretty much just skids along the ground for ages. That looks like it would probably hurt. And it, as you can see, yeah, here, let me try and get a better one going. It's kind of hard to like get to a super flat area, but there you can see it's going for ages. Like, that is kind of incredible. And it seems to also just break all the stuff ahead of it as well. You can also charge up your jump when you're in the skid, which is amazing. Oh, it rains on this map. That's nice. And you probably figured it out already. You can actually dive bomb using that as well, and it probably deals some more damage that way. So next up, we have what will probably be mine and most other people's favorite creature in this DLC, the Shadowmane. So we have a male Shadowmane right here, and then a female right here. They have a different look, obviously, but they also have a unique ability depending on what gender you have. So obviously, the male's got the bigger mane, and then it also has that top fin right there, and then a fin on its butt, and then a bunch of fins on its legs. The female doesn't have the fins on the top or the legs or the butt, but it does also have a smaller mane, and then it has these like extra little feathery bits on the neck, which the male does not have. So that's pretty much the way to identify them, although I think it's pretty obvious when you look at them. So let me go over what they can actually do. So first of all, we'll check out the male. So check this out. This is insane. So if we go into the water, we get our hydration buff, very similar to the Spino, and then also the Tropical Wyvern. So that's just a huge buff in general. That actually helps out a huge amount. But check this out. So as you can see, just above my hotbar, we have it slightly charged up already. If you go ahead and then just like attack creatures like this, you're going to charge up like this little ability. So wait for it. One more. Boom. So as you can see, we have kind of like these fiery feet right now. We're like ready to do this crazy ability. If we hold down left click, boom, we do almost kind of like an ult attack, which is really cool. So you can charge that up constantly as well. Makes it a little bit easier than just like, I guess, slashing at something for ages like this. So we can continuously attack with it and then use it whenever we want. Boom, right there. That's awesome. I really like that. Another thing it could do is if we hold down right click, it's going to target a bunch of creatures and then jump between them. So let me show you that. So right there, we targeting a bunch of them, and then boom, boom, boom. We just lightning dash between all three of them and then stun them. Although the stun does have a bit of a cooldown on it. We can't use that constantly. Let me show you it again. So I'm not actually doing anything. It's just doing all that itself, which is amazing. So yeah, that is a really interesting ability, and it's going to make it a really unique creature to go around and fight things with. So if we go ahead and hit C, it's going to make us invisible. This is something that a lot of people were giving me crap for. Everybody was saying, no, I'm wrong. Only the female can go invisible. They said it. I like legitimately quoted what they said as well. The male can go invisible. The female can actually share the invisibility, which the male cannot do. So I'll show that off in just a minute. But yeah, that is the cloaking, and it slows you down a ton. So it's not going to be super useful to like run around with, but if you want to like sneak up on something or someone, you can go ahead and use that. Although Helene is kind of giving me away right now. That's not very fair. So let's go ahead and get out of that. And if we hold down space bar, we can charge up a jump. Let me send us way up here. Boom, look at that. That is insane. I love that so much. Just in general, though, the Shadowmane is like a super fun creature to ride around on. Very much reminds me of the Thyla. Like, I don't know. I feel like this and the Thyla will have to battle for my love, essentially. Here, check this out. We can also swim really, really fast. Like, this isn't increased stats or anything like that. This is just how they swim. Just ridiculously scary. I don't think we can actually... Oh, we can. We can charge it up in the water. That is dope. All right, anyway, so yeah, that is all of the normal abilities for Shadowmane. So let me show you what the X attack can actually do. It's going to go ahead and roar and boost up creatures around me. So there we go. Boom. That is terrifying. So now, as you can see, we have like the little purple glow on creatures that got the boost. So obviously this other Shadowmane got it. We have our little boosted roar up there. Also, when they're nearby each other, they get the pack boost, although it doesn't seem to be happening right now. Let's go ahead and check out the Carno. The Carno also got it, as you can see. It's kind of hard to see the glow. I don't actually think there is a glow in the Carno. That's weird. All right, well, let me show you what the female can do. So exact same button, X, will go ahead and do this. Boom. It's going to make creatures invisible, although I didn't get the Carno. I guess it has to be a little bit closer. Let me go ahead and try that again. Boom. So my Carno and my Shadowmane are invisible, and now we can just run in and, or I guess sneak up on something with a whole army of creatures. So yeah, that is the Shadowmane. Honestly, it's got so much to it. It is so fun to use, and I can't wait to tame these dudes. Oh, one more thing, actually. Well, two more things. First of all, they have a natural armor, which is really cool. And they actually, these two have identical ones. So I imagine that it probably has something to do with the tamed level of them. And I guess I could check that out real quick. Okay, so here's one that I spawned in at 1500, and it has the exact same. Let me spawn in at level 15 instead then. And that has a lot less. So obviously it scales with the level of the creature. And oh god, these things have such cool colors. Let me show you the last little ability so we can put them to sleep, which is a very nice little thing. It's not, you know, a major thing, but it's just a nice little thing that we can do. We could do this with the Megalosaurus as well, and I really wish they would add this for more creatures. Also, it wags its little tail when it's sleeping. Let me go ahead and put the rest of them to sleep. So yeah, that is the Shadowmane. Just a crazy cool creature. I love it so far, and I really do feel like this is going to be a lot of people's favorite creature in the whole DLC. Anyway, yeah, let's check out the next one. So this creature is called the Stryder. It's a giant tech giraffe-like creature, and as you can see in the back, we've got tons of different variations of these dudes. Before we get to all the different attachments, let me show you what the base Stryder comes with. So we've got a platform saddle, we've got a little bed that we can spawn in, lie in, or fast travel from, and then we also have a transmitter built into the creature. Yeah, that's right. It's exactly the same as a normal transmitter. You can upload, download creatures and items straight from the back of your Stryder. That's going to be ridiculously OP. So all Stryders come with that, but then this one in particular has two different attachments. It has the excavation rig and then the pulse cannon rig. Whatever's on the Stryder when you tame it is what it's going to have for the rest of its existence. You cannot change these. You can't take them off and swap them off or anything like that. So yeah, let me show you these two things real quick. So right click is how you activate whatever's on the left at the bottom there. Let me try and get it done. I don't think we can harvest that stuff. There we go. We're doing it. Look at this. We're just harvesting up all these different resources and stuff all around the place by hitting right click. We're not able to hit some of these trees for some reason. I don't really know why, but it's going to go ahead and gather up all the materials for you as well. And then this one also has the pulse cannon. And then to activate that, we have to hit C. So let me just try and aim it at that parasaur, and boom. That should hopefully kill it. Boom. There we go. Oh man, that's sick. So the Stryder also has charge capacity as a stat instead of food, so you can go ahead and also put batteries into this thing to help it out, and it's going to essentially eat that stuff and pretty much charge itself up. So let me show you some other variations here, because there's so much here. Like, it's kind of insane. There we go. Come on. All right. Took me a little while to get that tech suit going. All right. So this one here has the pulse cannon rig, which I think is the same name as the other one over there, although it's obviously a different attachment. And then it has the resource extractor rig. So that one there is going to go ahead and gather up materials that are on the ground, I suppose. So I think if we had like a player running around, like dropping stuff on the ground, it would just automatically pick them up. As you can see, it's got two little like boxes on the sides right there. And let's check out the right click, which will activate the pulse cannon rig. So it's kind of like little tech bullets here. That's actually really cool looking. Damn, it's kind of hard to like hit it though. It doesn't seem to really be hitting it very much, but there we go. They don't really have much of a blast radius. I think that they're just like full-on bullets. And if we go into first person, this is the view that you get as well. So let me show you some other ones here, because like seriously, there's so much to this thing. Come on, tech suit, really? There we go. All right, so this one here has a shield generator rig, so we can go ahead and activate that. That one does seem to actually break over time, because obviously it has stuff there to repair it. So I guess that probably like probably makes sense considering everything, how OP a shield could be. So let's go ahead and hit C, activating up the shield. And now if we hop off, it still stays on. This is the perfect one to use a transmitter on. Man, that is insane. All right, so that is the shield generator. What else do we have over here? We have, I think this one here. Does it have anything different? It's kind of hard to tell. This one here is a silence cannon rig, which honestly, I can't really figure out how to actually use it properly, but let me show you. It's a right click. It's going to silence. I don't really know what it's doing. I feel like I need another person here to actually test this out with, but I guess it kind of... I mean, what does it exactly say? It can suppress enemies with a sonic attack. So I guess we definitely need something to test this out on then. I think there is a Dimetrodon over here. Is this Dimetrodon alive? Oh yeah, no it is. Okay, let's try this out then. I don't really know what that's doing. I think it only works on players. It's really hard to tell. Let me try it one more time if we can. Okay, here we go. And yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you what that's actually doing. This other attachment is on the head, and it is the radar attachment. So if you go ahead and activate that, it's going to show you everything. Look at this. That's ridiculous. That is so cool. Look at this. So you can pretty much just like cycle between them, go to whichever one you're looking for, and then you're going to know where that creature is. So it actually stays afterwards if you have it tracked, but as you can see, the little charge meter is like going down. So after that's gone, I imagine we're going to stop being able to track that creature. So that's actually a really cool ability, especially in PvP. You'll be able to track all of your enemies in the area for a little bit of time. And then this one here doesn't have anything different. Honestly, I think this is all the different variations. I spawned in a lot of them, and this is the ones that were like shown to me. So I don't really know. There might be some other ones, but yeah, that is the Stryder, and it is honestly just a crazy creature. So this right here is the Astrodelphis, otherwise known as the Space Dolphin. This thing's so beautiful, I just had to show you guys it without the saddle. Let's go ahead and pop that on, and before we get into the whole jet mode, let me just show you what it can actually do. So we've got left click, we've got C, which will bring you down, X will bring you up, and then we can also strafe from left to right by hitting left and right, and it can also just turn directly on the spot as well, which is pretty cool. It actually moves relatively fast in the air as well if you're not using jet mode, but speaking of jet mode, let's go ahead and get into that. So it's almost identical to a Tropio, except you use element instead of gasoline, and it's got a bunch of different extra abilities on top of that, and maneuverability as well. So as you can see in the very center here, we have like a little crosshair, very similar to like a fighter jet, which is so cool. So you can almost kind of like track things and get the timing right, and then hit them. Speaking of hitting things, left click is going to send out two little beams like that, which just obviously connect with a target and just hurt whatever they're hitting. So that's going to be like the light attack. If we hold down left click, we've got these projectiles, almost like little bombs that we can shoot out like that. And then if you have grenades in it, you can go ahead and hit right click and then send out a little grenade projectile. Now watch this. This is, oh, look at that explosion. It's so beautiful looking. So yeah, that is all the different weapon systems on this thing. Now, let me show you some other stuff. So first of all, this is the resting speed. We can also just like press backwards to kind of like slow ourselves down even more. But if we go ahead and hit forwards, we're going to go a little bit faster. Then shift is going to make us go extra fast. And then we can actually like dive bomb a little bit to go even faster. I don't believe it can actually get speed off of other creatures like the Tropio can. Like drafting, I think that is what it's called, or something like that. But it's still pretty cool looking. So let me show you what else it could do before we get into all the different maneuverability moves. So if you hit space, boom. Now, I think that's an EMP, because it's not hurting creatures when I use it around them. So I'm thinking that it probably takes like weapon systems offline for like a second if you hit somebody with that. It's really hard to tell doing all this by myself, but yeah, that's kind of just what I think. And actually, it's not really consuming too much element here. This is going to be ridiculously good. Like, look at this. It's not really using that much, and I'm hitting this button quite a lot, and that element's not really moving down at all. Wow, this thing is so efficient. All right, so maneuverability. So if we hit left click twice, it's going to spin us to the side like that, and we can almost kind of expand that a little bit as well. And then right click is obviously the exact same. We can also go ahead and hit C, which is going to be just a little move like that, but you can also point that in a different direction to kind of just swap directions that you're going. So if something's behind you hitting you, you can go ahead and actually just use that to kind of like get out of their way, or maybe get behind them or something like that. We've also got X, which is gonna just turn your direction around by 180 degrees. And that is super cool looking. I don't actually think you can use that in different directions at all. No, you can only go forwards and backwards with that, but you can also go up and down as well, like that. Oh, that's so cool looking. So that's all I could figure out with the Tropio. Wow, I almost called it a Tropio. With the Tek Tropio. Let me know if you guys find anything else with this thing, because like honestly, there's probably a lot more to it that I'm just not noticing right now. But yeah, that is the Astrodelphis, and it is so beautiful. So this next creature is called the Voidworm, or Voidworm. It's kind of hard to figure out how to pronounce that, so let me know down below. This is essentially just a Tek Wyvern, which is still pretty cool. I was just kind of hoping for something extra on top. So it's got left click. I'll show you the right click in a second. And we've got C, which is the wing flap. So it's still pretty cool that it is just a really nice looking Tek Wyvern, but it doesn't have anything extra on top. I don't know. I was kind of hoping for like speed boosters, or maybe the ability to like, you know, dive bomb or glide or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too critical for no reason, but right click is super cool. This is its breath attack. Boom! Look at that. It's like a weird-ass triangle arc of energy, and it just looks so cool. Let me show you it from the front. Boom! I love that so much. Now, that is super cool looking, and it's probably going to be really powerful as well. So, yeah, that is the Voidworm, and obviously you can pick up creatures with C. I don't know. I was just really hoping for something extra on top. But yeah, I'm just being greedy, I know. So this next creature is more of a vehicle, but I'm going to class it as a creature anyway. This is the Exomec, and it is so cool. So it's got 3 different modes. You can see it just above my hotbar. So we're currently in combat mode. We have carry mode, and we have storage mode. So storage mode, you go ahead and pick up items like, you know, chests and stuff off the ground. I believe that works on things that are not snapped. So I don't think you can pick up foundations and stuff. So then we also have carry mode, and if we want, we can go ahead and just pick up chests and stuff. Look at this. This is so cool. So this will move the whole inventory of whatever's like in this chest, and then you can go ahead and place it down somewhere else. So let's snap it right there, and boom. Sweet, look at that. That is amazing. Then we also have combat mode, which we have a bunch of different abilities in. So left click is gonna go ahead and punch. C is going to go ahead and slam the fists down. We also have, this is the best part, we have spacebar, which is going to be a jump. Let me just show you it. This is insane. Look at this. And then we have a superhero landing. Wait for it. And, oh, damn it, we missed it because I went into the wall. All right, well, let me show you that because we have to actually go back anyway. So here we go. Wait for it. Am I going to land on the water this time? I totally am. Okay, hang on. Come on, let me at least see it. There we go. That's good enough. All right. So we can also like normally like jump like that as well and kind of go like pretty high. Let me get back up to the Shadowmanes here because I want to show you guys some more stuff here. So there's actually an RTS mode with this as well, which is just amazing. So to activate the RTS mode, it is middle mouse button, although I have that on something else. So I have it on K right now. We can go ahead and have this like top-down view, and you can see we've got a bunch of different controls here. We can go ahead and just select creatures. Oh crap, I didn't mean to select the mech. Hang on. Let's try and do it like that. There we go. So I've selected those creatures, and I can get them to like go around different places. So I'm going to get them to all run over there, except that Shadowmane fell all the way down. Really? I'm still commanding him though. So essentially using this, you can pretty much just, oh God, it's so hard. Hang on, wait, how do I center back? Yeah, camera on player. There we go. So basically using this, you can just pretty much manage your whole battle. So if you're having like a mini battle in some area, you can go ahead and just use this mode to just like select what creatures attack what. So I want them to like go over there. Hang on, wait, we got to select them again. Let's send that Shadowmane over there. I want to select this one, or I guess those two. Wait, no, it's just selected one. It's kind of hard to tell right now. We're going to send that one there. I'm going to send those two over there. And yeah, you can pretty much just like manage your whole battlefield straight from like one little spot like this. That is kind of insane. I mean, like, this is going to be a really interesting thing to actually test out. And I instantly when I saw this, I was thinking King Titan battle. That's exactly where you need to use this, because that battle is awful. Trying to whistle things in, it just doesn't work because you don't have the range on it. So yeah, honestly, I think that the Exomec is probably going to be a game changer for that stuff as well. It's also super fast as well. Like, this is terrifying. Oh my God. I believe these things are walking around somewhere in the map as well. I just haven't found them just yet. But yeah, we can go ahead and just punch the crap out of creatures and stuff. Like, honestly, I love this. It doesn't seem like you can pick up creatures right now, but I think that would be amazing if you actually could. I love the superhero landing, though. That is probably my favorite part. So yeah, that is the Exomec. It is just a crazy, amazing vehicle that I apparently am terrible at using, but there you go. Oh, man. So this is the summoner. You cannot tame these. I just want to say that straight off the bat. I went ahead and force tamed one just for the sake of showing it off. If we hit right click, it's going to open like a flower. How do I do that? I thought it was right click. No, it's C. There we go. So yeah, I'm just like chilling on the inside right there. That's super creepy. So left click is going to go ahead and shoot out little projectiles like that. They're almost kind of like little arrows. And then right click is going to shoot out like a big projectile. So yeah, they're pretty much just like Rockwell's eyes that like float all over the map. And like I said, you can't tame them, so not much of this actually matters, but you can at least kind of see the attacks that it can do and use against you. Honestly, it's super creepy. So yeah, that is the summoner. Oh my God. Oh, first person on it's even worse. What? Oh God, this is weird. I don't like it. Okay, so that is every single creature in Genesis Part 2. Let me know which creature is your favorite. I'm sticking with the Shadowmane. This thing's amazing. Oh man. But anyway, subscribe if you haven't already, because we have lots of Genesis Part 2 content coming for you. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video.